Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Frankie-san.
And I'm Mark.
We got a lot of things to talk about because this is our last show for the season. We got renewed, and we'll be back in April, May. We plan to record some specials in between. I got to be on the plane in 2 weeks and to Puerto Rico, finally catch up with that. So we got a lot of things to talk about here. So you know we got an award for 25 years on the air. This year we're actually going to be celebrating, 30 years on the air. A lot of people don't realize, one thing I forgot to mention, when we had that anniversary party, and they give the awards out to the producers, that this show is actually half the 30 years was actually live. I'm bringing up a question somebody was asking me. We actually had phone callers come in. We pick up the phone. Hey, ¿qué pasa? What do you think about the movie? And what do you think about the future of Star Wars and stuff like that? We don't know yet. We might go back to that. The thing is, the way they set up the system is that everybody's using cell phones. So I don't know how that's going to work out. They tried it last summer. It didn't work out. One of the other shows tried to do it. Kind of tanked. They're going to try to do something with that. We might go back to that, or maybe we do it as a special in the summer. But yes, we used to do live phone callers. People were asking me, what happened to that? Are we going to go back to that format? Well, we'll see what happens this summer. We got renewed. We're going through the whole year. I did say we're going to be once a month. No, we're going to be twice a month. We're going to have specials and repeats. And in the summer, we'll be back. And it will be 2 shows a month. Okay? But in the meantime, you know, I'm in Instagram. You see this little mug here? I don't know if you can see it. Yes. Okay. That's a little announcement. We have another YouTube channel. But right now, it's in the pre-stages, it's pre-production. That's why I said go to the blog. Okay, we're not going to be on. We're going to have some repeats and specials. The blog will be updated every week. Okay, and you see the eyeball on. That's my little moniker. Represents me, the music, soundtracks, and everything like that. Also, I have an account of SoundCloud, and I'm going to be producing, directing videos of my own music. Believe it or not. And thank you. And that's the format I'm going.
Cheers.
We're going to work out a format where if I can't make it, Mark will still continue the show. We're working on that also. Okay. Also has a lot to do with the acting thing, which I'm going to get into. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go right into the box office, movie reviews, and the war show. What I'm going to do is not concentrate on one. I'm just going to meld everything together. So, okay, while he's munching on his gummy bears. I love the red ones. They're so good. But he's watching that. I'm going to go over everything. Now, real quick, why is Han Solo up there? Okay? Well, very simple. Let's talk about The Last Jedi. The big smack in the face. Yes. Okay. It's the #1 picture of the year in U.S. and international. Is almost, well, it did break the top 10. Okay? But of all time, I'm both the U.S. and worldwide. But here's a slap in the face. Now, all time, it's at #6, U.S. It needs about 45 million to beat the Avengers. Well, that's not going to happen because already the picture is #7. By next week, it's going to be off the top 10. A lot of the theaters they're getting rid of it. But the real big insult is China, which is a real slap in the face. It opened at #2 because in China, there was a funny comedy. I don't know what it was called. It was made in China. The comedy came out, and I think it was like 35 million. China landed. Jedi landed in China, should I say, at 26 million. The second week, already all the theaters are pulling Jedi out.
In China?
In China. They're pulling all Jedi right out of the theaters. Why? 9 out of 10 theaters, they're pulling it out. They said, we got other movies in the fourth place. Because basically what it comes out to, there was only about 10 people sitting in the theater for a screening.
So you're saying China doesn't like Star Wars?
No, they pulled it out. 1 more week at 8 million, and they say it's gonna make about 35 million. Now, this is the land of Pacific Rim, 200 million, and Coco. Coco has broken 180 million. That's what replaced Last Jedi. They put Coco in more theaters.
But who's the #1 overall? Do you know? Everybody knows what the #1 overall, and it's a Disney movie.
As far as what?
I'm saying the #1 money-making movie of all time for now, I guess.
Oh, you mean Frozen?
No. Disney movie.
Yeah, Frozen is #8 all time.
Beauty and the Beast.
No, Frozen beat it.
Frozen beat it?
Frozen is #8. Beauty and the Beast is #9.
Get out. I thought Beauty and Beast was number one.
No, Beauty. No, it was not.
Well, I guess for this
year, it was number one.
Yes,
it was number one. But internationally, old time, it's still Frozen.
Okay.
And not for nothing, I wasn't crazy about Beauty and the Beast as far as animation because I prefer the live.
No, but I heard it was the live that was number one.
I'm sorry, yeah, I got it confused. I prefer the animation one, not the live one.
Right, of course, everybody does.
But I still give it a heads up because it's better than Frozen. You heard what happened with Frozen?
No.
In front of they had the little mini movies.
Right.
For example, when you buy Minions, they'll always come with the little mini movies.
Right.
Some animation that would do that. Anyway, so what happened with that was that they had a little mini movie of Frozen, of the little snowman with the carrot nose, and he sang about 4 songs that were 20 minutes short, and the kids were actually complaining to the parents, I don't want to see this, we want to see Coco. And parents were complaining to the theaters, why are you playing this? We want to see Coco. We don't want to see this crap, okay? And you know what happened? They pulled it out of the theaters and they showed it on the ABC. 2 weeks later, remember that?
Yes,
that was opening Coco, and the parents said no. So that was a hint. Disney they want to put that put a sequel. Not a good sign. You know, when it first came out, everybody let it go, everybody's bragging about it. When it first came out, it was not a big hit.
No, but that's the thing.
Until the song came out, then it became huge.
Right. But some people don't understand that little mini movie. It was more about the snowman, and nobody likes that guy.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He's annoying.
Yeah,
he's played by that actor. I forgot what his name was. He's
people don't like him.
Yeah. He was in the I think in that musical, the Mormons, the musical.
Whatever.
Well, whatever.
Whatever. Okay, let's move on.
He was in that movie, The Comedian. I mean, he was in that TV show, The Comedians.
Okay,
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, let's go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
Because what you call it? Talk about annoying. I'll get to that.
Yeah, he's
anyway, but so China just pulled out. Here's another slap in the face. That's why Last Jedi is not going to beat Beauty and the Beast and Frozen in the top 10. Why? Because Seoul, Korea, any American movie opens in Korea, automatically opens at 20 million or at least makes 20 million, okay? Jedi only made 8 million.
Whoa.
The total was going to be 15 million, and guess when that movie opened? That opened the first week in December, and the total is still...
But you got to be careful of any smack towards Jedi, because I was seeing in the YouTube comments, I think somebody put a thumbs down, because I think we were attacking The Last Jedi too much. So there's we call this a very high, people want to protect that movie. So we got to be careful.
I know, it's a Jedi. Hey,
it's a very touchy subject.
I'm just calling out the numbers, folks, you know?
Yeah, don't get mad at with us.
No, it has nothing to do with us, okay? Yeah. We didn't write the friggin' movie, so don't hate us, okay? Oh, yeah. And I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm ready to move on with the thing.
I have no problems. From now on, I'm going to comment about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, China, the land of Pacific Rim and Coco, and Jedi couldn't even pass the 100 million, not even the 50 million mark. And in Seoul, Korea, La La Land had made 26 million, and Jedi can't do that. Wow, and anything that opens in Seoul, Korea always makes 20 million. So there is a certain backlash against the movie. Not our fault. Now, here's something I'm going to add because we're going to save it for a special. Han Solo, they had reshoots again. They brought Ron Howard, they did the movie, and then our studio called them back in again. They want more reshoots, and the movie's supposed to come out in May. Woo! Again, not our fault, folks. Now, when I mentioned about The Greatest Showman, which is still in the top 10, still doing good overseas, and is the number 1 soundtrack album on Billboard charts. Now, working on that movie, there was one scene we knew they're going to showcase us. By the end of The Greatest Showman, they brought in, altogether, they had 6 editors on the damn project. The scene that we supposed to be highlighted got butchered. It got completely changed around. They dropped this. But now I can actually say, remember that episode I told you about the good fight? Mm-hmm. I played the electrician. I was fixing a light bulb like this here. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? They called me up again last Friday. They called me up Thursday night. They said, Frank, they got to redo the scene. The scene was too long. We got to bring you in. But what happens? I'm kind of busy. I got something else booked. No, Frank, we need you to complete the scene. Whoa. You're going to be waived for union work. You're going to get paid as union. You got to get in there.
Oh, my God.
No ifs or buts. You got to show up.
You got to do it.
And, well, guess what I did?
My God.
I showed up. They paid me in union, and I got waived again. You need 3 waivers to get in this, to get in the Actors Union, okay?
Oh, my God.
Now, I'll be talking more about background acting and a special episode, because I don't want to take up the time, because I really got a lot of movie reviews. Thank you. But anyway, now I know how it feels to actually do a reshoot. This was a month ago. I got a call last minute. You gotta do the reshoot, okay? And guess what? I walked in at 9 o'clock and said, "You're done by 12 o'clock. 3 hours work." Got paid.
I wish I was in your shoes. No, man, that is good.
But now I know how it feels to do a reshoot.
Wow.
So now I know how the actors feel doing a reshoot. Now
You must have been the best at what you did.
Yeah, fixing a light bulb.
That's amazing. That's amazing. They paid you a lot of money, and you get to see for free.
There you go. Okay. As a matter of fact, that episode is going to premiere in March. Also coming in March was the show that I did with called Rise with Rosie Perez. That's actually going to premiere on NBC. We thought it was going to be Hulu, so look out for that. I'm in the chat with Rosie Perez, either the first or second episode. And on top
So
of
you're going
that,
to let people know this on social media right before it comes out?
oh yeah, on the blog and on Instagram.
Okay, give us a head up.
Okay, and also when I click on something on Instagram, it connects to Twitter and Facebook, so you can't miss it, folks. Okay, now let's. So that's what happened with. That's why I got the Han Solo. That's one of the pictures we're looking forward to. Month of May, we got Avengers and Solo Star Wars. I mean, there's not much else besides one of I think it was Joe Blow. They took a poll, and the number one picture was the Avengers that everybody's looking forward to this year, and the dinosaurs. Everything else got like 1%.
What about Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim wasn't up there, believe it or not.
I'm shocked. I think...
But that's a poll. That's the fans coming in. Yeah.
People are nuts.
I mean,
it's going to do well.
Yeah. Now, as far as the Jedi, right now, everybody's saying it was in the top 10. It's going to get pushed off the top 10 with Avengers because the numbers come in. It's going Last Jedi is going to be pushed down. That's the nation of business. But what I'm really surprised is, to wrap up the Jedi thing, is that it still made the top 10, and it's still the second biggest Star Wars picture behind Force Awakens. It beat Rogue One. So it's Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Usually the second and third sequels don't make as much as the first movie, but this actually made a lot of movie because if China pulled the plug. That's why it's not higher in the top 10.
Okay.
Okay, quick movie reviews. I'm going to mix this in with the Critics Award, with the Golden Globes Award. Now, remember the last film I was really bragging about? 3 Billboards? Yes. Sam Rockwell got his award. Best Supporting Actor. Frances McDormand didn't get it, but 3 Billboards did get Best Picture for the Golden Globes. Okay, and I did tell you that's one of my favorite movies of the year. So go get them. What happened to Frances McDormand? How come she didn't get Best Actress? Because the girl who did, she was an actress, who did Lady Bird, which is like the most overrated picture of the year. First of all, the picture I hate the most was Mother, a total 100% piece of crap. I gave that a 0 out of 5.
Well, I'm not going to comment on it because I'm friends with Jennifer Lawrence on Facebook, or what I assume is Jennifer Lawrence on Facebook. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So what she says is Jennifer Lawrence. So since we're friends on Facebook, I'm not going to attack her.
Okay.
I think she's brilliant.
No, I attacked the movie. Total waste of time. This was the most overrated movie, that and Get Out. For all the nominations. Oh, it's Best Actor, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Picture. None of the above. Well, the second picture is Lady Bird. The only person who was really good was her parents, Lauren Metcalf. She was the funny part of the movie. I gave Lady Bird 1 out of 5 only because she played the mother, supporting actor. She deserves the award. As far as Lady Bird, I don't know why she got Best Actress. What I hated was her character. She was a spoiled brat, complaining about everything. Then at the end of the movie, she goes through college and said the meaning of life. Oh, my parents, thank you. Sorry for being a spoiled brat. Now I know the meaning of life and I appreciate everything. Fuck you. Okay. Lady Bird deserves a big F you. Okay.
Oh my God.
Now, Critics' Choice Award pick Shape of Water. It's basically Beauty and the Beast meets Creature of the Black
Little Mermaid?
Lagoon. No, Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
No, Little Mermaid princess. She gets it on with the creature. Yeah.
But that's not animal incense. The Little Mermaid, didn't the guy have a relationship with a mermaid who's a fish?
Hey, yo, Disney, you hearing this? You hearing this, Disney? This is your fault, okay? Let's not even go there. But anyway, Shape of Water, the Toto does a great job. He's getting director nods. He's going to get it. Gary Oldman is going to get it for Best Actor. What's going to happen for Best Picture? The Academy Awards might just say screw it, and they play it safe and give it to the Post. Don't be surprised. For me, I'll give it to 3 Billboards. But the Critics' Choice Award, sometimes they're right, sometimes it's 50-50. Shape of Water It's a good monster picture, but I don't think it's best picture. I'll be honest with you. Most of the pictures do not deserve to be nominated. Call Me by Your Name or The Florida Project. You know, I said Get Out.
I don't know. I didn't see any of them.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. I didn't see the post, but I gotta say, for me, Dunkirk, 3 billboards, and Sylvia's in Shape of Water, I give up. Every year, I always make out a list. And I was doing that on the radio show. I would cover the Oscars. I'm not doing it. You heard from me.
Yeah, why
Dunkirk,
bother?
3 billboards, that's it. The total for Best Director, Gary Oldman for Best Actor.
Yeah. We're not critics.
Yeah, we're
I'm
movie
not a
fans.
critic. I'm just a movie fan.
We're movie fans.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, somebody tell the Oscars, stop picking 10 pictures. 5 pictures, 5 directors. That's it. That was old school. Why are you picking 10 pictures? They're so desperate.
Well, probably to stretch the program out. Make it longer. Make it from the Oscars. I think went from 2 hours to like 3, and now I don't know if it's up to 5.
It's about 3.5 or 4 hours, and the ratings keep going down every year because none of these pictures are really
No one
worth
watches
it.
them.
Nobody watches them. They're not really worth the Oscar picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember the first time I really cared about the Oscar was when they were nominating Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Remember
that nominated the Star Wars, yeah. That was the old days. But now, and another
they
thing
don't
is,
do that.
a lot of it is the independent picture. So what are we looking at? We're halfway through. Okay, now trivia. Sally Hawkins did an excellent job at Shades of Water, but that was sign language, which is not
You mean
bad.
Benicio del Toro, the director?
Sally Hawkins, she played the woman in Shape of Water. She's the one who falls in love with the creature.
Oh, I see.
Now is the trivia, because I put this here. She was in Godzilla. She played the scientist, the Japanese scientist, Ken Watanabe, and she played his sidekick. I said, who's this Sally Hawkins? And as a matter of fact, Sally Hawkins, you know what? She was doing English. She went to drama school. You know, and when she was at drama school, she started off as a background actor.
It's actually said that the English do it the best.
But you know,
'Cause they're so professional.
But you know what?
They're there on time. They don't cry. They don't complain. They're so professional. I hate to say that. That's why people want to hire them instead of Americans.
Well, guess
So
what?
sad.
Guess what was the first picture she ever did as a background actor?
I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I was surprised. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. And now here she is getting nominated for Best Actress
Oh, wonderful! You see, that's
for
what you have
Shape
to
of
do.
Water.
You
Wow,
have to
and
go-
that is stretch.
Yeah, you have to do Star Wars in order to be recognized.
From what I heard, was the total.
That's for you Star Wars fans.
The total recognized her in Godzilla and decided to hire her because he's a big Godzilla fan. And he asked, "Who's the actress?" Because, and on a good note, we haven't seen the post, the commuter primary. We haven't seen. I did get dragged yesterday to the teddy bear padded thing too because Sally Hawkins is in that. She was in the first one. I wasn't crazy about the first one. Padded thing 2 was hysterical, really funny. And Hugh Grant, everybody's making a big deal about his acting. I thought it was good. But for you Doctor Who fans, there's a Time Lord who makes a cameo in the picture. And Padded thing 2, the teddy bear. Wow. I definitely recommend Padded thing better than Fernando. Now, I like Fernando, but I don't think it was appropriate for kids. And the reason this is the movie everybody's been asking about. I put up a couple articles. I won't be able to get to them. This is the picture, Wolf Warrior 2, that made $800 million in China. You can get it at the public library.
Jesus.
I saw this again, a lot of bonus features about the making of. Really good stuff. It plays better
Damn.
than the first time around. And you know who's on this? Frank Grillo from, what was it? What's that Howard movie? The Purge?
Yes.
Yeah, Frank Grillo. Of course, he played Crossbones in Captain America.
Yes.
Okay, Frank Grillo's in this. He plays the bad guy, and he has a one-to-one model with the Chinese guy. He's like the new
Bad guy?
Bruce Lee. He's the good guy. That's Bruce Lee.
Yeah, but I thought you said the bad guy was a new bad guy.
Frank Grillo.
I thought he's a new go-to bad guy.
No, he's the new
Bruce Lee?
Jackie Chan. He's the new Jackie Chan.
Oh, the new Jackie. Yeah, because there will never be another Bruce Lee.
Right. Okay.
Impossible.
So this is the picture I'm telling you. You can get it at the public library, and it's playing on Netflix. Okay, for you people who are curious. Okay, Despicable Me, my favorite picture of the year, followed by Wonder Woman and Spider-Man, followed by Kong. That's how bad this season is. There's no really good top pictures. You said your top 5 a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 films.
What does that show you, folks? Yeah. Okay, the articles. Movie Pass. The rate $10 a month. they got a lot of extra viewers. But when the article came out, I put it up on my blog. Sorry for rushing. I put it on the blog, and you read the comments, and people said, MoviePass is great if there's something that I wanted to see. Okay? For us, DVD sales are down. Because it says, if there was something that I wanted to buy. And this is the point that Hollywood don't get it. We're going to have approximately 20 sequels alone. Never mind the reboots and the remakes. 20 sequels for films that nobody's really asking for. And a lot of people saying there's nothing for me to go to the movies with. Now, with one thing straight to DVD. Now, I forgot to mention, got time. Okay. Well, it's a follow-up to Will Smith. Will Smith did, what was it, Bright?
Yes.
Was that
Netflix, right?
Netflix. Somebody actually made the tabulation. The tabulation was that in New York, ticket prices range from $17 to $20 like LA, but in mid-America is usually $5 to $6. Somebody took it, the way they read it out, when Netflix came out for that 1 week period, they say if people went to the theaters at $5 a pop, that the picture will gross $100 million. And that's why Netflix is going to go ahead and make a part 2. Hulu. My point was, before it was like a jinx saying straight to video. Oh, right. It was like a jinx.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Nope. Because people want content. And thanks to the internet, people want to absorb content. It's like when you're a child and you want to learn as much as you can, but it's impossible because either your father doesn't know everything or everything you want to know isn't in the library. But now, thanks to the internet, your kid can look at everything you want to see for now until the government destroys the internet. And then you have to go back to the old ways. That's why I'm starting to buy DVDs again.
Well, you're buying the DVDs, right?
Yeah, just in case the internet goes down, because I'm not going to pay no $300 for the internet.
Let me tell you, yes. that was like the
net neutrality.
That was like the prohibition back in the 30s.
Yes,
when they tried to cancel, you couldn't buy alcohol. Bootlegging, folks. All that there will be a bootlegging enterprise. People will get the internet.
How are you going to bootleg the internet?
There's a way.
They said even people who have. They said they're going to change the parameters of you being able to watch the internet on your telephone. They're going to try to charge you more money for that. There's some people who have the AT&T plan where they have unlimited access to the internet. But they said they're going to, because the FCC is coming in, they're going to try to make more money out of it. They're going to limit that, and you're going to end up paying more money for data. More people are going to be dropping, and that's going to hurt. Yeah. That's going to hurt Hollywood, and that's going to hurt the record industry. Yeah, that's going to hurt streaming. Because thanks to Hollywood, the internet, it produces. More people want to see more stuff. When people will cancel. Yeah, that's the greediness. Like cable, they'll walk away. I'm not paying no $300 for cable. I don't own cable. Don't say it. I don't own cable. We'll stop subscribing. I go to free Wi-Fi spots on my phone. A lot of people do. Yeah. So and I mean, they're trying to do a lockdown. Once people want something, they'll find a way to get it. Yeah. It's sort of like animals in the wild. You chop off an arm like a dog. You see a dog with one less leg. He's still going around with 3 legs. They find a way about it. It's sort of like you killed it for people to use unlimited telephones on a cell phone. They started using unlimited access of Wi-Fi and text. They cut that off, and then everybody started going through Wi-Fi hotspots. There you go. And then, we were talking about different movies in different countries. Okay, they love loud explosion movies. China can do their own Star Wars version of a movie. So can Japan. So can India. They don't have to, because let Hollywood pick up the tab for $200 or $300 a picture and let it show in the countries. But as far as comedy, buddy cop comedies, romance comedies, thrillers, every other country got their own industry, and they don't need Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't seem to get that. As far as getting the audience, and they're cheaper to make. Yeah, and as far as the audience going to the theater, here's the thing: they got choices. Because they want to hear, they don't want these dumbass sequels. Hollywood doesn't get that. People will stay home, watch net binge on the whole season of Orange and the New Black for the whole weekend. Yeah. Why go out? Yeah. I mean, it costs like almost $40 for a date. Okay, if you're lucky. If you're lucky, $40, and then it's the popcorn, another $10, and don't forget, it's sometimes that the date wants to be taken to eat before the movie. You know, the money you save at the theater, you can use it for Red Lobster. Yep, that's why they call it Netflix and chill. There you go. Hulu.
George Clooney. There was a picture called Catch-22. The books were very thick, and it didn't translate very good into a movie. It's become a cult status. It was made about 1969, 1970, I think was the release.
Yeah.
Anyway, starring Alan Arkin. Look it up. It's a good comedy drama. It's a dramedy about World War II.
Right.
Anyway, George Clooney is going to go back to the book because there was a lot of things in the book that didn't make it into the picture. And what's going to happen, they offered him a 6-part miniseries.
Oh my God.
They can actually, go over the book, everything that was left out of the movie.
I think
They're
that's
gonna
not a
go
good
back.
idea. I think that's a bad idea.
Well, George Clooney is going to star in it.
Smart.
He's going to produce it, act, produce, write, and direct.
So it's going to rain money on him.
Yeah, it's going to be a 6-part miniseries.
Jesus.
And he's getting paid $1 million for each one.
You think that's something? I heard The Watchman's coming to HBO.
That's right. That's been in
The
the
Watchman
making.
is going to do. If you read the book, The Watchman, it's a 5-hour. In reality, it's a 5-hour read.
It's something like Dune.
Yeah, it's
Dune
a
is
5-hour
another
read.
example.
That's
Yeah.
why they condensed it to. They try to condense it to 1.5 hours or something like that, and it didn't work.
The fans hated it.
Yeah, they hated it, but 5 hours now.
Right.
We got 2 minutes.
Well, it's justified. So let's end on a very good note. I saw Paddington, really cute. I definitely recommend it for the family. Look out for the cameo for the Time Lord. And the last one is, came out. We mentioned this before. I managed to see it. Batman and Scooby-Doo. And there's a character called The Question, which I never heard about. You ever heard of a character called The Question?
Yes, I did. I have.
Okay, for you Star Trek fans, because we're going to go off the air. We're going to, special edition, we're going to stick around 15 minutes.
Yes,
and
for
we're gonna,
YouTube fans.
So we're going to talk about Star Trek. We mentioned Star Wars,
Yes.
we're going to end with Star Trek. But I'll give you a little bit. Batman
And Scooby-Doo.
and Scooby-Doo. Okay, the Question is being played by Jeffrey Combs. Remember Jeffrey Combs?
Oh, God.
Star Trek Enterprise. Yes, Pigskin, we'll do it your way. With my starship, the Dorians, and your starship, the Enterprise. That's Jeffrey Combs. He's from Reanimator. And your favorite DS9.
Yeah, DS9. That's why I said I love DS9. I bought the whole collection of it before Christmas. I got it for $80 with tax. And now it's all on Netflix. So I have
Right.
2 ways to watch it. But just in case I get out of the internet when they want to start charging $300, boom, back to the DVD.
The Jeffrey Combs, he played the guy who was in charge of the bad guys with the remember
Kardashians?
No,
The Dominion?
The Dominion. Remember,
okay.
he always answered to her.
Yes.
That's Jeffrey Combs.
Okay.
He does the voice of the Question.
Wow.
Another trivia.
He's good.
Um,
Ooh,
it-
we're
it-
almost off.
it-
1 minute. 1 second.
Okay, let's say goodbye, and we'll
Bye.
continue this. Okay, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in May.
Oh, I think they're already gone.
Okay, bye. Okay.
Now this is for the YouTube fans. Please like, subscribe, and like we said before, do it for the children. we got last week. We got 1 dislike, 1 thumbs down, and I think it's because of Star Wars. So from now on, we won't say anything about Star Wars or any hate about Star
Well,
Wars.
there's nothing to say about Star Wars. As Jedi hit
That's
the
it.
top 10.
Yes,
Of
there we
all
go.
time. Number 2.
Congratulations.
So
you did it. You did it.
Okay.
There you go. Now going back to what we were saying.
Let's go back to
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Scooby-Doo. Deep Space Nine. The character is going to be playing the Question.
He's playing the Question now, and
Is it
Scooby-Doo.
Justice League meets Scooby-Doo, or is it just
No, it's just
Batman?
Batman.
But then why does the Question pop up? Because he's part of the Justice League.
No, okay. They call it something different. It's Batman, Aquaman, the Question, and I forgot the 4th one.
Constantine?
Is it Constantine? No,
I don't know.
and no Robin. The rest of the characters do not show up. It's basically him, Question, Aquaman. I forget the 4th one, and they go up against the Riddler. There's a scene where they all break out of the asylum, and they got characters from the TV show. You see Bookworm.
Oh boy.
You see Two-Face, not Two-Face. Shane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shane. I remember
Yeah,
Shane.
so there's a lot.
Eggman,
King
they had all
Kong,
these-
yeah. So they come out of
God.
asylum. So they recognize, even though they don't go for the quirky kind of thing like they did with the Batman when they had Robin and the Batmobile from 1966, the last cartoon.
Yes.
They don't go and approach it that way.
You mean campy?
Can't be right. Thank you. They play mostly straight for laughs because all the laughs go to Scooby-Doo, and especially the guy and the doggy. So all the laughs worked out pretty good. Okay, I definitely recommend it. Let's go start with now. You heard of a show. I saw this at the last minute, so sorry for bringing this on.
Okay. No, go first.
Okay, before I get to that, Star Trek Discovery, the new premiere.
Yes. If you break it down as STD.
No.
I mean, STD. STDs. It sounds like a disease. STDs.
Well, there was the new ship. They do the whole
Star Trek Discovery. STD.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a disease.
Yeah.
The new Discovery ship is called the ISS Discovery. You know what they did? Remember Enterprise when they go? No. Remember the original when they meet the evil Captain Kirk, the evil Kirk, the Mirror Universe. They call it.
Yes, they did that also on
Enterprise.
Deep Space Nine. They also did that in Deep Space Nine. They had 2 episodes of that.
Okay, and they also did it for Enterprise. I think it was one of the last episodes of Enterprise when they go. They
Right.
did it again over here, explaining about the timeline.
Right.
So it's kind of like an Audi, how they're going to explain the canon. It's like, because at the beginning of the episode said, something's wrong here. And the captain said, Remy, we're in the wrong timeline.
Right.
And they find out that they're in the mirror universe. So everything, it was a cop-out for them to go back to that. It's a cliche, like Next Generation in the first season, they get a disease where they're all starting getting old.
Yes.
And everybody said, oh, the cop-out, man. That's the original Star Trek did that.
Right.
Okay.
The original Star Trek did everything, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can come up with. That's why I like Deep Space Nine, because they could have gone a whole different route. But sometimes even they would go to the first Star Trek as a nod.
Well, my favorite episodes was
The triples?
Trials and Tribulations.
Okay.
Well, how's that for Star Trek geek? Okay, Trials and Tribulations. I love that episode. Of course, the other one was the episode about the Ferengi.
Where they
The green little green men. It was called Little Green Men.
When they shipped
Roswell.
Yeah. What would they call that?
That episode was Little Green Men.
No, but I'm saying that area 57. Was
Roswell.
That, yeah, but would they call that Area 57?
Area 51.
Oh, Area 51. There you go.
Okay, that was a good episode.
That was pretty fun.
Okay, so already they doing that kind of timeline, and apparently this arc is going to continue. Something like Enterprise. Remember the third when they were fighting the alien race? They spent a whole season doing that.
Yes.
So they're going to continue that for the next 6 episodes. So we saw 1 episode. I think they have 5 more for this season for Discovery.
Discovery. Who are they going to fight again? I'm sorry.
They call the Terrans. Terran, something like that.
Oh,
But they're the evil ones. So But I like the idea that they're going in that direction.
I'm surprised they didn't just do the Klingons.
No, they didn't. No Klingons. That's what I liked about the episode. Forget about the Klingons. I'm tired of those guys. Okay. And
But
especially,
don't they have a Klingon? But they said they changed the way the Klingon looks. Is it actually blue or something?
they got multicolor.
Okay.
They got brown. They got a bluish black.
It's probably to sell toys because they want to get you to buy new action figures.
And they got a white Klingon. Racist. Anyway, I had to do that. I don't like those Klingons, But this episode going the right way. Now, the reason I brought up that episode, Discovery, talk about Mirror, it's a show called The Black Mirror. Have you heard of it?
Oh, do you mean the TV series from BBS? I mean the BBC. Black Mirror. From BBC?
No, not that one. It's based on the British one. It's been out for 4 years. Never heard of it, believe it or not. Until there was a huge write-up. It's like Twilight Zone. Every episode is always a different cast, a different story. Okay, it's about man and technology. Well, the premiere was for the 4th season. It was called. What was it again? Yeah, the USS Callister. It was a goof on Star Trek.
Yeah.
It was written all over the Variety, Hollywood Reporter. The show, the pure fans hate it. The same ones who don't like Seth MacFarlane goofing on Next Generation.
Yeah, because Seth MacFarlane, it's sort of like he does that. I forgot what the name is of the show. What's the name of the show with the we say
Orville.
The Orville. Yeah, they started doing Black Mirror episodes almost.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So it's like,
and they got the thrill with the Klingons.
Maybe maybe the Black Mirror episode is making fun of them for making fun of the Black Mirror episodes.
Well, actually, this was a tribute, but believe it or not, the producers are actually thinking of making this into a TV series. And here's the funny thing is, they got language on this one. This was rated R. The characters were actually cursing, and the reason I bring that up because
for the fans,
because Tarantino is going to do Star Trek.
Whoa.
Well, he got hired. We don't know if he's going to get the green light. A lot of times they write scripts and they say too nasty, too dirty. Bring other writers, maybe rewrite it. We don't know.
So they're just going to have him direct?
First of all,
is he writing the story or just directing?
No, he got hired first to direct it. Excuse me, my mistake. Get this right. He got hired to write the script.
Right.
If that gets a green light, he's got the option to direct it or have somebody else to direct it. But he got hired as a writer. If he doesn't get a green light for writing, he won't direct it. One hand, it's like one hand with the other. So,
oh well, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he could do the mature approach if he does like the city. Was it the Guardian of City? City on the Edge of the Forever. When they met the Guardian.
Right.
What was that? What was it? The Guardian of Time or whatever? I lost it.
From Star Trek?
Yeah, the original Star Trek. Spock, Kirk.
Yeah.
The episode called City on the Edge of Forever.
Right.
And they meet the Guardian.
Yes.
And they will go through the time portal and stuff like that. And actually, they revisited that in the Star Trek animated series, which a lot of fans refuse to ignore, which makes no sense because
refuse to acknowledge.
They refuse to acknowledge because a lot of the writers and the voices of the main actors were part of the animated show.
Yes.
But it's like the bastard child. They don't want to admit it. It's like Batman '66.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't acknowledge that. I'm saying, what the fuck, you know? One is a comic book, the other was a sci-fi show from somebody's imagination. They said, no, we don't. Even Gene Roddenberry. But then again, he was getting sick in the 70s anyway. So, you know, but...
That's why I say, if you see Deep Space Nine, it seems like a lot of... they have a lot of, like, what do you call that? When you have those conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
A lot of the conspiracy theories are in Deep Space Nine. If you actually look for them, you know how the conspiracy theories are, and they put all over YouTube, that the controlling of the country is by an organization of the Illuminati, the founders.
Right.
You know, the Dominion, get it? That they're lizard people, the Cardassians, that control the government. You know, you see all these conspiracies in there. You know, that they talk about the changelings, and even in conspiracy and YouTube, you always see. So this was probably Gene Roddenberry's conspiracy mentality bleeding into the shows and with the writers. And maybe most of those writers had a lot of these beliefs and conspiracies, and these conspiracies have been going on. These beliefs, I'm saying, conspiracies have been going on forever.
When DS9 premiered, Roddenberry was very sick. He didn't have much input on it. I think hardly any. I think his last input was Next Generation. But his wife was still around.
Yeah,
and she was inputting a lot.
Right, exactly. So I bet you, if anything, it seeps in. It seeps in. You get your writers in there who have your same sort of ideology. Because I think he wrote a movie before he died a long time ago that John Travolta made about these aliens that control the human race, and they always had the belief in Scientology, sort of like the same thing that a race of other people were controlling the world or some kooky things like that.
Right.
You know, it seeps into Star Trek if you watch it.
Well, they always said, well, Gene Roddenberry, what he wanted to do is project the future. You know, then you have to...
that's what I'm saying. Deep Space Nine is a whole different animal.
Yeah, that's why some fans love Star Wars, the one acknowledge Star Trek, because Star Trek is about the future, and Star Wars is about something that happened a long, long time ago in a faraway galaxy. You know, it's a fantasy. It's a
that's the best way to go. That's the best way to go.
You know,
because like when they try to write the future of this planet, they always get it wrong.
Yeah.
And like they said, in a year, within 2019, we will be hitting the Blade Runner epic. I mean, the Blade Runner year.
Right.
Because the original Blade Runner was done in 2019. The year is 2019.
Yeah.
So let's see those flying cars.
Yeah.
Are we finally going to get them?
Well, they got a model of the flying car over in Europe. The thing costs about like $35,000. Yeah, it actually does fly.
Okay, well, let's hopefully see it.
It's too expensive. Yeah, but it doesn't. I mean, they showed a video of the car, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's flying over the hills, beautiful trees,
so then we
flowers. Nothing like Blade Runner. It's raining all day long. It's dark. It's dreary.
That's because of the acid rain.
Yeah.
For all we know, that could be England within 2019.
Right.
Because England, it rains all the time because it's acid rain.
Right.
Because of all the pollution England made during the Industrial Revolution, but they don't want to say it. So everyone keeps it calm, and that's why I always say, oh, that's London fog. But they always make a joke. It's like, that wasn't really fog, that was pollution.
That was pollution. Well, same thing with China. Mm-hmm. You know, they still keep going.
Yeah, maybe they're going to have the Blade Runner look in 2019 when all that pollution and the acid rain starts falling on China.
So, the countries that have solar panels, they're the ones that are not going to get that. But they're drawing energy right from the sun. Of course, the corporations don't want that. And if you try to get one country...
but Germany's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Germany's doing it because they said that they don't have. That's why they say a lot of people in Europe, like the Germany, Norwegian,
France.
Yeah, Norwegian countries. A lot of the people there are suffering from a deficiency of vitamin D because they don't really have a concentrated sun, and that's why they're creating these new solar panels that absorb UV radiation and not necessarily direct sunlight.
The funny thing is, I can say this for a fact. When I did the Woody Allen picture, Wonder Wheel, which was based on Coney Island, I said, "How can you film the beaches? This is cloudy, dark skies, right?"
Yes.
End of the day, I was sunburned.
Yeah, UV.
It was the UV rays. It goes. You think I'm on the beach? It's cloudy. I'm not gonna get a suntan. I was pale, man. I caught it. And the second day, I reported back to finish the scene, and they sent me home by 12 o'clock. I said, "Dude, we don't want to get sued. We got to send you home."
Yeah. You didn't use suntan lotion?
I was loaded with suntan lotion. I had like 10 layers of suntan lotion. That's how tricky the UV was.
Well, at least you got to go home early.
I got paid all day, of course, but no, they sent me home. They were really worried. Me and this other guy said, "You can't stay here. You got to go home." But what happened in matching shot? We'll fix it in the post-production editing. You got to go home. You can't stay here.
Like they say, ha ha ha. Good story, Mark.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Star Wars Imperial. That was supposed to be the little wrap-up, but we forgot Han Solo. Okay. It mentions, it has little script notes on the side. I know somebody else wrote this. It's supposed to be, what do you call those little script notes on the side?
Notes, I guess, footnotes.
Footnotes, whatever. Okay. I said by Han Solo. As somebody who actually graduated from the academy, I can say that nobody really believes this stuff, not even the guy who wrote it. And they're talking about there's like
the Force?
Yeah, actually, but the whole Imperial side of things. A lot of pictures and everything. Oh. I bought this book and it got washed out in Puerto Rico. Ooh. So that's why I took it out from the library. A lot of quotes, a lot of stuff. Good. I mean, I like a good book, but it has a lot of quotes from Princess Leia, Han Solo, and stuff like that. And some of it gives you a hint of the Han Solo movie. I'm pretty sure they read this book, and then some of that stuff got based on, like Han Solo. Woody Harrelson is supposed to be the mentor to Han Solo when Han Solo left the academy. Okay, I mean, everybody knows that already. It's not a spoiler. And so basically, I think they got some of the ideas from this handbook.
I always hear that they say that Han Solo has been around since. I think they said he should have been around during the Clone Wars. They say Han Solo should have been around since the Clone Wars. So he should have known that the Jedis did exist, the Force really was a thing, and Darth Vader is a Force. What do you call it? A Force. What do you call it? A Force user.
Right. Okay.
So how can Han Solo say he doesn't believe in the Force when everybody knows who Darth Vader is?
Okay.
I mean, is that a hole?
Oh, and remember the last time you said that they should make a Darth Vader movie?
Yes.
Somebody's been watching a show.
Yes.
It showed up. No, it's not going to happen.
Darth Vader movie.
It was an article in Variety magazine.
Yes.
The reason that you never see a Han Solo.
Why not? Darth Vader.
The Darth Vader. That's the ace in the hole.
You got to bring it out the ace in the hole.
He might pop up.
Hold the chamber.
He might pop up in Han Solo movie. He might pop up in the other Solo movies. That's the doppelganger.
People want to see Darth Vader,
but they won't give him a Solo movie.
Give him a Solo movie. You will crush box offices. People will probably show this in China because the rest of China will be on board and says, "Look, this is what you have to respect. You have to respect the imperial order of things."
China don't give a shit.
They love imperial order.
They don't care about anything about Star Wars.
Remember, they're all about the order. Read the book.
Yeah, it talks about the new order. That's what happened with
the New World Order.
What happened?
You're going to start saying this is full of conspiracies.
Yeah. I didn't. I took the book out just for
laughs.
Yeah.
For S and giggles.
No, because
beautiful.
Because it's a pretty cool book.
Beautiful book.
What you call it? The new guy is just rewriting the mythology.
If you lose it, how much you have to pay for it?
What is value? $20.
Hey.
Don't.
Hey, I'll give you 20.
You can get it in a bookstore. You get it on Amazon for $10.
Okay.
You can get it used.
Yeah, I would get it used. Used?
That's from the library.
Okay, then get a new copy.
Yeah, get a new copy for $20.
Now they're gonna raise the price.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You got to tell me what that. There's an Amazon store over here.
Yes. Columbus Circle.
Columbus Circle.
Yes.
Where?
Over there, the Columbus Circle Plaza, that big building.
Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, there. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, we got to wrap up.
Yeah,
we have 45 minutes.
Believe it or not, I got to hit the music studio now.
Yes, sir.
We got the jam for 4 hours tonight.
Okay, let's go.
So we got to head out with that.
Yeah.
And I'll be telling you more about the music on our special, which is going to premiere sometime in February. Okay, everybody, thanks for supporting us for the past 25 years, actually 30 years.
Yes.
We're going to see what we're going to do with the thing, taking the live phone calls.
Tell them about
when we
YouTube.
come back. Anyway, there will be repeats and specials until we come back live in May. And thanks for supporting us. And
Keep watching YouTube.
yeah, and also daily updates about all these articles that I posted like today is on my blog, which is going to be weekly. Okay, so even when we're not here, I'm going to say, hey, we're doing a repeat. Hey, we got a brand new show playing at M&N, and we got a brand new show on YouTube. So everything is on the blog. Okay,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yep.
Cheers.
This is Frank. This is Mark. Please watch YouTube. Support, subscribe, like. Don't dislike. Like. We need the likes.
It's not our fault. These pictures are all
Please.
screwed up.
Yes, like.
Last but not least, I'd like to
Yes.
thank Anna.
And do it for the children.
I'd like to thank Anna, our engineer, for hooking us up today and the past couple shows. And thanks for M&N for giving me a place to do these shows for Manhattan Neighborhood Network Facilities. Thank you so much for supporting the show for the past 30 years.
Yes.
And we'll see you in a special in a couple weeks. It'll be pre-taped. It won't be live, pre-taped, and we'll play it on. And then now we'll be back in May live. See you there, folks. Bye.
Adios.
Adios. Sayonara. Okay. How we shut the show off?
There you go. I guess I gotta go.
Yeah, they switched the studio time. Instead of doing it in the afternoon, but then you have to rush out to do the show. They said, do your show first, and then we jam at night when the temperature's dropping.
Yeah.
We covered everything.